Good morning, everybody. This is Coach Gary, the founder of 30 Minute Millionaire. I created a coaching company for one purpose and one purpose only, and that is to help people to be successful home-based businesses, to actually have the opportunity without spending 40, 50, 60 hours a week to really get very efficient at the skill sets and the knowledge that they need, that they can put in a 10 to 20 hour a week and make the kind of money that most people dream about. So that's what Coach Gary's all about. This morning, I'm going to talk to you about relationships and about connecting on LinkedIn. I'm doing a whole series on LinkedIn. I think LinkedIn is a paradise for network marketers. And if you understand the power of community and building these relationships that create these communities, you're going to understand that it won't be hard to build anything, whether you're in network marketing or you're a real estate agent or a mortgage guy, or perhaps a financial planner. Anybody that's a professional, even a chiropractor, can build a following on LinkedIn if they understand the power of building these relationships. So let me start out with, before we go online and get into our lesson today, and I would just want to welcome you aboard and say thank you. And also, you can always follow these teachings on my blog site at 30-minute-millionaire.com, where I have a PDF download for every lesson that I teach, so you can follow along with that. Also, these videos are going to recorded. Now I'm going to start putting them on my blog post, but they are recorded on the main social media sites, such as Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, as well as Google+. All right, and I'm going to start Instagram here pretty shortly as well. So those are the main ones that I post on. So if you want to join my membership, it's free to you to follow the Monday morning mentor teaching, which is all about internet marketing, as well as to go to my blog site and read the articles. A lot of valuable information there for you and content for you. Well, let's start out by talking about building strong relationships with quality people that can lead you to build large organizations. And I want to start by sharing with you how relationships are so valuable and so important. And I have been very blessed to have so many good relationships in my life. I'm going to take you back about 25, 30 years ago, where I met a person who's no longer living today, but one of my fondest friends and partners. And I'll never forget this. I owned a company in the Bay Area called San Francisco Bay Mortgage Company. I had this vision to build this mortgage company around the Bay. And my partners didn't have the same vision. They just wanted to take the money home. I wanted to capitalize the money and expand it. Well, at the time, I called up my friend Glenn Langston. I said, Glenn, I've got this vision to build this company around the Bay. And I told him what my target market was, my strategies for reaching that market. He was in Texas at the time and made the phone call. He flew back purposely the next morning, met with me within 2 hours, took and reached over with his hand. He shook my hand and made me a managing partner in a $10 million mortgage company. And we built it to 58 branches with over 1,100 loan officers and 200 employees. Now, on a handshake, I was made a partner. How often how hard is it to go out and find somebody? I had to put up $125,000 to that, but they matched that $125,000, and everything we did, we split right down the middle. It's one of the best partnerships. And here's the best part. It didn't even involve attorneys. Okay. How about a New Jersey contract there? And made a partner. What a life-changing experience that was. You see, a lot of times when we start looking for relationships, we're looking to sell them something, or get good at closing people. And I want to tell you that the real truth is that, my gosh, every communication that has authenticity and really cares to further that relationship, that leads into building a community. It really does. Let's talk about the 4 C's here. Communication starts with communications. Zig Ziglar says it best. I will talk to people I trust. I will talk to people I like, but I'll only do business with people I trust. Okay. So it starts with communications. That communication turns into a lot of communications, turns into community. And then that community, the 3rd C is culture. Okay. So communications, community, 2nd C, 3rd C is culture. Well, what kind of culture? Well, that could be a culture of customers. It could be a culture of business builders. It could be a combination of both. Okay, so we're going to create a culture. Well, what kind of culture? Well, culture takes on a personality and an attitude. It could be a happy one. It could be a disgruntled one. So what kind of culture do you want? And here's the best part. That culture leads to commerce. Just think about that. Let's do this again. Let's talk about communications that lead to building communities, okay? That go from communities to building culture, and that culture goes to leading to commerce. Now, what's important about that? Because see, when you have a loyal customer base built from loyal friendships, built from loyal communities that lead to loyal customers, that they don't quit your products. They don't quit the relationships. People are hungry for those relationships today, friends. They just are. All right, with that being said, I want to share some very powerful relationships in my life that changed my life, and people I love and I adore, and very fortunate to have connected with them. So let's go on board here. And you know, I always do a lesson here for you, and we're going to go ahead and post that later on. But here we go, okay? So stay there. Here we come right here. All right, let's go get that lesson going right here, and we're going to share that. All right, here you go. All right. So again, this is, if you were with me last week, you just have to go to my blog site to catch up with connections. We talked about connecting with people on your alumni. You know, where you went to college, what a fast way to do it. There's 7 ways that you can connect on LinkedIn. This is the second one. Obviously, I'm going to be also writing a series. Oh, by the way, before we get going, remember, I'm writing a new book, LinkedIn, all about LinkedIn and how to build LinkedIn, how to build your network marketing business on LinkedIn. And that book is going to be published in July. I've hired one of the top Amazon best-selling coaches to get it there. She's never missed. Every book she's ever touched went as an Amazon bestseller. And on that book, I'm going to have 10 coaching spots. I have 8 filled. I only have 2 left. I just announced it last week. They're already filled up. So I got 2 left, 2 opening. If you're listening to this and you want it, please get in contact with me. So I'm going to be charging $500 a month for 6 months of coaching, 30-minute sessions, and you'll be a co-author in my new book. How cool is that? And you'll be able to write a 1 to 3 page success story, your story that that you have the rights to do whatever you want with. And you can also take this book and have the rights to that as well. So I'm very generous with my teaching and coaching, okay? So that's still open to you. If you're interested, please, please, please get in contact with me. All right. So the second fastest way on LinkedIn is a thing called connections. Now, I put it here. It's on the far left-hand side of your LinkedIn profile. If you double-click on that, it opens up all your, what we call first-level connections. Now, first-level connections are people you connect with directly. And when you connect with people directly, that means you have their contact information available to you. Now you double click connections, all right, and here's what it looks like. So you can look below and you can see LinkedIn automatically brings I love LinkedIn. Oh my gosh. It brings these people to you with their pictures, a short little, about them, and then you can click on that and go right into their profile. What's really cool about this is you always have access to their profile, what they do for a living, what they believe in, what they're passionate about. It's like you really get to know people. It's like reading their bio before you get to meet them, which is, I think, really cool. But in this connection part of LinkedIn, it does 2 things. It brings up the people that that day, it's their birthday, or they got a new job. They have a new job, and they just posted that and changed it. Now, here's the crazy thing. When you profile your client, when you're target specific, what I call target specific means you're really narrowing in. You see, my target market is always MLM people, because I know a lot of MLM people struggle at it. A lot of the MLM people aren't really into the new era of network marketing on using social media. Okay, so I'm kind of like the catalyst to get people there. So that's my target marketing. Now, if you notice here that we have, just hang on a minute here. I'm going to close the door to my office. Okay. All right. Much better. Okay. Now, if you notice here, if you go ahead and read the people, like Jay Bennett as an example, is a new executive at Isagenix. So you'll see that these guys come from mostly from different network marketing companies, new affiliate. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Lance. Phenomenal guy, Lance. Oh my gosh. Phenomenal guy. Top author, by the way. Okay. So these are guys that come up. Now, what I do is I click on these guys to congratulate them, but I personalize it, as you know, when I call them by first name. Okay. I just don't click. You can do that, but I get better results and a better return on when I click on them and it automatically takes you through the system to say happy birthday, congratulations. Very simple, very easy to do. Okay. Now, I'll give you an example of how powerful this is. I'm going to back up. You see, I had a CPA for 11 years that sent me a birthday card every year. And you know, I got very few birthday cards from people. I get a lot of the online stuff, very few birthday cards, but this was a beautiful thing. When I get it, I always opened it and I always read it. And you know what? I always enjoyed it. It put a big smile on my face. Now, my CPA is not the cheapest guy in the world. In fact, I live in a very affluent area. In fact, one of the areas, areas that I live in is called Blackhawk. Blackhawk is where a lot of the major athletes in the San Francisco Bay Area live, including a lot of the coaches. In fact, I would go walking around the golf course in Blackhawk every morning, and I would run into John Madden. And John was always polite, always said hi, a little exchange of words. Very lucky to meet him. It was one of the little points of my life that I was able to walk on the same golf course that John Madden walked on. Okay, so very, very cool stuff. Okay, but anyway, my CPA isn't cheap, but I stay with him. Why? Because of the personal connections. See the power of personal connections, and why I shared with you about meeting Glenn and becoming a partner on a handshake. Beautiful things when you can connect with people. This may surprise you, but my online friends are a lot closer to me than my physical friends in my own hometown. A lot of people say, well, you can't build strong friendships. Bunkers, you certainly can. Okay, you see, I can talk to my online friends constantly, anytime, by just texting them or talking to them on Skype or do a Google Hangout with them. It's so much fun. So building a community is important to any business. Customers are important, trust me. If you don't get customers down, if you don't treat your customers, look, your customers will lead you to other customers. You see, I taught the 3 R's when I was a real estate coach. You know, you got retention, right? If you treat your customers good, you got to communicate with your customers, right? So you got retention, you get repeat business, and then you get referrals. Those are the 3 R's to building a strong customer acquisition base. Most people do not spend enough time and money with what I call after-sale marketing. So the customers, after they buy from you, it's your greatest customer to lead you to more customers, as well as to market new products, open up new geographical markets in other countries. It's crazy not to service your customers. So any company that gets this is going to have longevity. They're going to have retention. They're going to have sustainable income. So I don't care about these rocket ship companies that come up and go down. I want long-term, solid, step-by-step growth that includes personal growth, strong customer acquisition programs, okay, introducing new products to the market when they're unique and there's a need in the market, okay? That's what I look for, all right? I don't look for bottle ship companies. I'm sorry, I just don't. All right, your customers should be your best friends. You need to take interest in their lives. Seriously, I want to know about their kids. I want to know about their dogs. I enjoy people so much, and I just love them so much. So you have to have that mindset. You just can't turn it on or turn it off. I always have been like that. I'm sorry, but I have. I really, really love my friends, okay? I don't always agree with them. Sometimes I'm too open with that, but I do love them. Today, we are all so busy trying to make a buck that our friends come second. I'm here to tell you that in social media, friends come first. And you're going to love building an online community with such wonderful people. Again, I love my online friends. One of the most important aspects of the community is culture. We talked about the 4 C's of building a sustainable, community. Oh my gosh, so powerful. And the 3 R's of customer acquisitions and retention. Oh my gosh, it's so powerful. I love it when the companies tout about, I love when companies talk about, hey, we are a family, and then they promote all their products and their events and their themes, but they don't have any communication to their customers. Come on. Don't make me laugh. That's a joke. I'm sorry. But they're all about push, 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 push. You see, I'm sorry to bring that up, but I'm always going to tell the truth. A lot of people say, Gary, don't talk so openly to other people about what you really feel. And they go, because you'll never get, I don't care about business. What I care about is you understand the value of a strong relationship and that you can build more relationships quicker and faster on social media than you can any place else. But you got to service those relationships. You got to be loyal to those relationships. Those relationships have to be your life. Okay, I remember I was working so hard when I first got into network marketing that I was out every night doing home meetings. My gosh, we became the top sponsored couple on the West Coast for Amway, for crying out loud. They were flying us to one meeting to another meeting. We were speaking in front of 2,000 people, and I didn't even know how to speak in front of people. Okay, all right. We were just young and full of energy, and we loved it. By the way, I'll never forget hitting my first real high-paying executive rank, and it wasn't a lot of money, like $4,500, $5,000 a month in Amway, okay? But we received this letter from Rich DeVos and Jay Van Andel, who I call the fathers of our industry. I always will love and adore these guys. I had an opportunity meeting them. The letter was filled with gratefulness from Rich and Jay. Very passionate letter, by the way, thanking me for all my hard work that my wife and I did. They related to me about their dream and how they started in their garage and how tough it was and the political struggles that they had, the battles that they had. Okay, they told me it wasn't easy, but they believed that their opportunity was the greatest opportunity on the face of the globe. And as I read that letter, I started feeling what they felt. Now, I was alone when I read that letter, but I just sat there and I broke down with tears streaming down my face, because those people believed in me. They knew who I was enough to write me a letter. I'm sure they wrote everybody that hit that level, is a pretty good level, a letter. I'm sure they did. But it meant something to me that they took the time to recognize me for my efforts, because I knew how hard I worked. Now, here's the sad part. I never got a phone call from my upline, except for my immediate upline, Diamond, but I never got any phone call from upline above that congratulating me. Not one leader called me. How sad. In fact, when I went across the stage and they announced, and there wasn't that many people, there was only 3 of us that hit this rank that year. It was a very good rank, by the way. Okay, in our area anyway. Okay, the top guy in our organization couldn't announce our names. How sad was that? Do you know what I felt like when I left? Here it was my big day. My wife bought a brand new dress. We're going on stage as top leaders, and they didn't even know our name. I just felt like screaming and just, oh my gosh, I was so, instead of being excited and filled with joy and filled with appreciation and gratitude, I wanted to leave, okay? Now, my wife and I want to tell you, are very proud of our accomplishments in Amway. Our plaque is still hanging on the wall in Ida, Michigan, on the Achievers wall, and very special to us. I still got the picture. I'm going to show it to you at the end. Very, very big accomplishment. Why? Because we worked so hard. We're out every night talking to people, making the phone calls. Another great person I had the privilege of knowing and believed in and encouraged me in life was a lady called Onyx Cole. She sends out achievement cards to her downline, no matter who they are, where they are. In fact, I would go over to my downline's home, and there's a card from Onyx saying thank you. Same thing, just like Jay and Rich did. Now, here was, at the time, the highest paid woman distributor. When women weren't that, they had to fight. They always had the glass ceiling, right? She was the highest paid woman distributor in the entire industry. She had hundreds of thousands of people in her downline, and she opened up all these countries. I can't name the number of countries. My gosh, I have pictures and pictures and pictures of all the countries she traveled in because she sent them to me. Okay, I even wrote 2 books with her and for her. They were never published because of some reasons I can't really discuss with you, and I promised Onyx I wouldn't. Okay, but here's the point. Some leaders would get upset with her because she was sending them to their downline, even though all those leaders came under her. Folks, sometimes people got to think about this. 1 ounce of encouragement is worth miles and miles and miles of a long-term relationship. If you only get this, if you get this one thing from this lesson, please get this. I put Onyx up there with Jay, Rich, as one of the all-time great industry leaders. I'll always love her. I'll always respect her. She changed my life. She's the reason I started writing today. Okay? How powerful is that? One woman said, Gary, you're one of the smartest men I've ever met. I believe in you. And she always told me that. She got mad at me when I went to study under Jack Canfield and Steve Harrison when I started writing to learn from those guys, because I wanted to learn from the best, you know. So I love Onyx. I'll always love Onyx. She'll be one of the dearest people in my life forever. Okay? So great people like Rich J. Onyx will come to your lives when you start reaching out to people. It's in their hearts to help people. That's what it's all about. Okay, every coach, every mentor, I don't care how rich and famous they are, will reach down to help you if you will open up to them. That's what it's all about. Okay, true culture comes from the heart. It comes from within. It's not about advertising. It's not an advertising ploy. Culture brings togetherness, love, sharing, and caring. True culture puts you, your friend, your client, your online community, customer, and downline first. These simple gestures of acknowledgments can build you a huge online community faster than going to hundreds of meetings, going to doing thousands of one-on-ones. I'm just telling you the truth. It really can. Social media opens the door for lifelong friends. Just please understand that. People don't realize that. It really does. You are only one click away from meeting some of the most fabulous and famous people in your life. Happy birthday, James. Congratulations, Lance Gordon. Oh, by the way, Lance is a best-selling author, one of the most successful men I've ever met. I love him. We hit a great relationship. He called me, invited me to write a chapter in his book. How wonderful was that? Okay. No, I did. Again, I didn't, you know, he's in a company that's a great company, no question about it, but he's got his path that God has him on. God has me on my path. It's just as simple as that. Okay. We never matched up that way. Doesn't mean we couldn't have, but we just never did. Okay. All right. I have always had wonderful and kind words for Lance, and I think about him constantly. So, because he made that offer to me and he recognized my accomplishments. Okay. What a great friend to have. Another great friend and mentor is Ken Varga. I can't say enough for Mr. Ken Varga. Oh my God, folks, Ken Varga has 6 million followers on social media. Ken was my coach and my mentor. I remember the conversation with Ken. He's 72 years old, retired. Okay, I think he's in the Guinness Book of Records. I'm not sure. I mean, the guy has done built one of the largest insurance empires in the world. Okay, or in the United States, but it is in the world. And I remember saying to Ken, I said, Ken, why are you spending this personal time teaching me these things? And Ken said something I'll never forget. He said, Gary, I'm always looking for the prize student. Wow. Multi-billionaire looking for a prize student. You see? Isn't that amazing? You think successful people aren't touchable and you can't have a relation? You're wrong. They're looking for you. Do you get that? They're looking for you. He personally took me aside and taught me a lot of what I'm teaching you right now today. Can you believe that? He taught me what I'm teaching you. Do you think I don't love this guy? He'll be my friend forever and for life. He personally took me aside and taught me everything I know about how to do this on LinkedIn, along with another friend, Joe Palaya, who owned one of the top executive search firms in the United States. And Joe taught me a lot too. So isn't it great to have friends like this? How could you not recognize it? How could you not appreciate it? How could you not thank God for them? Ken owned one of the major airlines and one of the major ball clubs. How fortunate I am to have such a wonderful friend. Folks, I met him on LinkedIn. Do you get where I'm going with this? I met these people on LinkedIn. Okay? When you tell me you don't know anybody or you can't meet anybody, LinkedIn changes that. I hope these personal stories will help you to see how close you can get to people on the internet and how easy it is to build a community, all right, that leads what? To a culture, right? Okay, that leads to what? Commerce. How cool is that? Okay? All right. I think you got that. And when you build that culture, you can start these organizations. You can start 10 of your own LinkedIn groups. You can start forums if you want. You can do Facebook groups and create the wow factor and acknowledge people. And oh my gosh, it's so much fun what you can do to recognize and acknowledge people for their efforts. The tiniest acknowledgement leads to miles and miles of long-term relationships. The smallest acknowledgement. Like any sales funnel, it takes time to fill. Don't be impatient. It doesn't happen overnight. Be patient with it. Understand, when I was recruiting in two different industries, as I built these companies, I was looking for leaders that it took time. Timing means everything to everybody. Okay, it just does. So just keep that in mind. These sales funnels take a little bit of time. Okay, it doesn't happen overnight. Be patient. Understand that you're culturing. Whenever you want to grow a seed, and I do a lot of gardening, I got to tell you, man, we got to change the soil out, and we're constantly bringing nutrients to the soil, and we're nourishing the soil, and and that little sprout comes up out of that seed. I get so excited, and then we put it in a bigger little planter, and then it grows into a nice little tomato bush, and then we put it into our big tomato, planter box, and then that grows big, and then all of a sudden they're 4 or 5 feet high, and they got these beautiful heirloom tomatoes growing off of them. And my wife and I can the best basil marinara sauce you ever tasted in your life. We didn't know it's the small thing. All the money in the world can't give you that kind of joy. I love it. My wife loves it too. We enjoy doing it together. Oh my God, it's our favorite time. We walk through the garden almost every night. We got a nice home, a beautiful landscape. We don't have some, trashy home when we're farmers, but it's in our blood. We love it and we do it. Okay. I don't know why I even shared that. Okay. Another great industry leader is Kelly Bangert. Kelly was he's always a $2 or $3 million a year income artist, made millions of dollars in the industry. He taught me something, and I want to recognize him right now. He taught me that you got to be patient when you got to be patient with people. But Kelly taught me something far more important than besides his drip system and being patient with leaders. He said, Gary, whenever I make friends for life. Whether they follow me or they don't follow me, they're always my friend. My God, Kelly got into my heart so fast and so heavy when he told me that. I'll never forget one guy, my old Amway days. He said he quit. He called me up and he quit Amway, and I said, well, why are you quitting? And he goes, well, Gary, you guys in those network marketing businesses, you only make friends when they're in your business. You don't make friends because they're not in your business. And I said, that's not true. You are my friend. He goes, no, it's not. I'm your friend because, I'm making money for you. I said, not true. You are my friend. That was 30 years ago. That never left me. My friends are my friends, whether they're in this company or whatever company, because I know maybe God has them on a different road. But I value every friendship in my life. Means everything to me. Keep that in mind, how important friendship is. God will put the right people at the right time in your business. You just have to have a little faith and trust in that, okay? There's always a season for everything. There's always a timing for everything, okay? So just keep that in mind. Sending a birthday or a job advancement acknowledgement may seem like a non-rewarding effort, kind of like a waste of time. No. Let me share with you, boy. Okay, I started sending out or connecting with 50 a day. And if you don't believe me, just do 50 a day over 30 days. Now, here's the base thing. You can't violate any LinkedIn things by connecting with people because they're first level. Okay, so you're not going to violate anything. Okay, do not work weekends. Just do it 5 days a week. All right? They'll give you 250 a week, give you 1,000 connections in 30 days. See what happens to you. Put me to the test. I'm challenging you. Put me to the test. Okay? 100. I guess, you know what? It's beautiful. Okay? 1,000 connections in time. I promise you, in the time frame, with all those previews going to your profile, you will connect with people. Your previews will go up like a rocket ship. Now, you may not sponsor people at first, but you definitely will. You definitely will start attracting clients, customers, and people in your downline and leaders. All right, I'm just going to tell you, LinkedIn is network marketing heaven to me. When I first experienced this, I saw and very quickly go from 100, shot up to about 600 previews. And then what a great way to connect. I only needed a little thing to connect and start creating relationships by sending my copy, paste, send system. That's all it is. And then get on my calendar to have a personal conversation with them. Okay. At times I said to myself, why are you sharing your gold mine with the world? I really had to think about that. Do I really want to teach this? Okay. A good thing God brought humility, honestly, to my life. And I have this servant leadership attitude. And okay, another thought was that, I'm just too old not to share my experiences with people. I'm sharing the good and the bad. I'm not going to hide anything. I'm not going to hold anything back. I want people to know the exact truth. All right. No, this is a gold mine. There's no question about it. Okay. It's not all about numbers. It's about the quality of people that you want to talk to. And that's why I share these very intimate, very personal relationships with you about these people. Okay. And finding them on both on LinkedIn and both, in your everyday alliances and wherever you join, whatever groups you join. So a small percentage will connect with you. Don't get discouraged here. It'll get better and better and better. But boy, be appreciative, because those are the quality connections. It acts like a filtering system. It's really cool. When they respond with thank you, start engaging the process by connecting with them using the copy paste system. The rest is history, Okay. All right. So I love my LinkedIn friends. Okay. You know where to get a hold of me on 30minutemillionaire.com. You know how to get a hold of me on the Google Hangouts, so you can start following me. You can also follow me on YouTube on Gary Messere Marketing. Everything there's right there for you. All right, I'm going to end with it. I'm going to get back online here. Now, I want to show you this. This is the picture, okay, that we took, my wife and I took. I want to show it to you. Okay, see, I'm a little older now. When we were back, I don't know, we were in our 30s, our 30s there, 30s, 33, 34, 35 at the time. And this is when we were invited to Ada, Michigan. And we were on the Achievers Hall when you go through there, and you'll see our plaques. But this is the picture. My wife has always been right by my side, a phenomenal, dynamic speaker. And I couldn't have done it without her. So just want to let you know how proud I am of that accomplishment. And that started my career in network marketing 30 years ago. So I'm going to leave you with this message. You can go out there and connect with a lot of people. You can connect very quickly with a lot of people. But I promise you this, if you slow down enough to read their profiles, to connect in a personal way by saying, hi, David. Okay. Hello, Jay, or whatever it is. I saw your profile. I was very impressed by you. I really like to get to know you. By taking that personal approach, you're going to have the handshakes come into your life and say, hey, Gary, I have the same vision you do. Let's build this company together. You're going to have the same opportunities that come. It's not luck. All right. It's not luck. The law of correspondence is very simple. It's going to say, the law of correspondence says this: as you internalize this inside, as you become the person, the leader inside that you are, then the exterior comes from your internal. The law of correspondence is very powerful. What you think about, you bring about. What you draw into you, okay, what you think about, what you focus on, you get. What you draw into you by internalizing it, these people will come into your life. Okay, it's called faith. Another thing you want to call it is faith. There's no magic to it. It's faith. So just keep that in mind. All right, this is Coach Gary signing off. I said, I hope this really helps you to understand the power of these relationships and the opportunities that you have. Don't violate them. Don't spam them. Don't, bomb them with emails. Please. Thank God every day that people like Kelly Banger or Onyx Cole or Ken Varga, Glenn Langston, people like that came into my life will come into your life and to help you along life's journey and along life's way. I'm very fortunate enough to have a person named Jay Sargent I just met, built several multi-million-dollar companies. He has the same mindset I do. Loves people, cares about people. See, God always brings me into these people. Brought me a little girl named Claudia Ordano. What a wonderful lady she is. Absolutely. She's my sister for life. Okay. And how God brings these people into your life because you have this true heart towards them. And you become that attraction for those type of people. And it'll happen to you just like it happened to me. Don't say that I'm special. I'm not. Don't give me that. Every person on this face of this earth has been given gifts and talents. Nobody's smarter than you. Nobody's better than you. There's not one skill you can't learn, as Brian Tracy says that. Just keep that in mind. Okay, value these relationships. I promise you, when you do, these relationships will come back to you and they'll value you. And there's nothing can stop you from your destiny, from your greatness about who you are. All right, this is Coach Gary signing off. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.